Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. We are still dealing with polynomials, and I made a mistake at the end of last lesson. If you looked at last lesson, I said we would be going on to the subtraction of polynomials, but there's one other case we have to deal with, and this lesson deals with addition of trinomials. So far, we have learned about adding a binomial and a monomial. And then we learned about adding two binomials that had one variable, and then two binomials that had two variables in each term. And we're going to look at now adding trinomials. The skill set is exactly the same. You add the coefficient of all like terms, and you attach the same variable part. Here is a trinomial. It has three different parts. 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, and 3. In the first term of the trinomial, the variable parts are the same, so I can combine the coefficients. 3 plus 2 is 5, and I use the same variable part, the x squared. Here, these two variable parts are the same, so I can combine the coefficients. -7, +5 gives me a -2, and I use the same variable part. Here, these are like terms because they have no variable part, so I can combine the coefficients. +8, -6 gives me +2. So if I add the trinomial 3x to the second power minus 7x plus 8, if I add that trinomial to the trinomial 2x to the second power plus 5x minus 6, I get 5x to the second power minus 2x plus 2. Skill set is exactly the same, so what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm just going to put up some problems for you because I think you'll be able to deal with it. So problem number 1 will be 4x plus 2y plus z plus 3x minus y plus 2z. That'll be your first problem. And your second problem, I'm going to write it in a little different way because you may see it in this way sometimes. 3x minus y minus 2z plus 5x plus 2y plus z. All right, now don't be fooled by the way this is written. Okay, put your DVD or video on pause, work these problems, turn it back on, and then we'll go over them. Good. Well, this is a trinomial. It's one term, and one term. This is a term, this is a term, and this is a term. We're going to combine them. The variable parts are the same here, x and x, so we can combine the coefficients. 4 and 3 is 7, and we use the same variable part, x. Our variable parts here are the same, y, so we can combine the coefficients. +2y, -1y, you have to remember that's that, so that'll give me +1y, which I can just write as y. And then I have these two are the same variable parts, so this is 1z, 1 plus 2 is 3, and the variable part is z. So our answer is 7x plus 1y plus 3z. Now in this problem, all you had to do was write it like this. 5x plus 2y plus z. And then you just combine it. These two terms are similar, these two terms are similar, and these two terms are similar because their variable parts are the same. So I just combine them. 3 and 5 is 8. And I use the variable part x. And now I have -1 and positive 2, which would give me positive 1y, and I don't have to write the 1. And then I have negative 2, positive 1z, so that would give me, negative z, or negative 1z, and I don't have to write the 1. Okay, let me give you 2 more, and I think by this time that this is very easy for you, because you're very intelligent. That's why. All right, let's look at this. 2x squared minus x plus 3 plus negative x squared plus 3x minus 4. Go ahead and put your DVD on hold, or pause, and work that problem, and then we will take a look at the solution. All right. Well, what we would want to do here is we would just want to rewrite the problem. So we're adding here a negative x squared, positive 3x, and a negative 4. So I can erase this side. So we've just rewritten the problem. We have a trinomial, 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. Our variable parts are the same in all of them, so they're like terms, so we can combine our coefficients. Coefficient here is 2, coefficient here is negative 1. Well, 2 plus a negative 1 would give me 1, so it would be x squared. I don't have to write the 1. Coefficient here is positive 3, coefficient here is negative 1. Positive 3 and negative 1 would give me a positive 2x. And here our coefficients are negative 4, positive 3, which would give me negative 1. Well, that's all that's to it. That's all that's to it. So let's just review now what we have done with all of our addition. We have done addition of a binomial plus a monomial. Oops, my bad. So we've done binomial plus monomial. We've done binomial plus binomial. And we've done the binomial which has had one variable and one term without a variable, and we've done the binomial where there was a variable in both terms. And then we've done trinomial plus trinomial. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, by the way, just for fun here, well, suppose we had a trinomial. And a binomial. Let's take, whoops. And we were going to add that. Well, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. We have 3x squared here and nothing here, so this would be 3x squared. These two terms are like terms because their variable parts are the same, so we would combine the coefficients, give us 5x. And these two are like terms, so we would combine that. And we could, if we wanted to, we could add a trinomial and a monomial, and the process is exactly the same. Well, good. I think now I may be able to safely say we are done with adding of polynomials, and that the next lesson will be subtraction of polynomials. Thank you very much.